Brian, you engage with lots of veterans as they go through the transition. So what's trending?
What's trending right now is that we're still seeing a lot of gaps in information and gaps in knowledge, what we call transition intelligence, unfortunately. And that also leads to there's been a wealth of lack of self-reflection. Service members, the first step in the process is really to stop, reflect on what do you want to do next. Unlike wearing the uniform, where you don't really have a choice, you can help influence, but you don't really get to choose. You get to choose what's next. It's a blessing if you're ready, and it's a curse if you're not. So we're seeing a lot of that, and that really leads to our sixth book. So we have five transition guidebooks already published. Our sixth will be published right before Veterans Day of 2023, and it's called Planning for the Military Transition. And in there, we actually highlight the planning process, and we give you some exercises to help you with that self-reflection that you need to do that's critically important.
Okay. Well, speaking of transition, what's getting better and why?
Oh, that's a great question. So my observation is that there's been a wealth of understanding around SkillBridge. I think SkillBridge is one of the best programs going. When it was launched earlier, there wasn't a lot of awareness around it, but I will tell you, thanks to a number of organizations, I love the work that 50 Strong is doing in that regard. But there's a lot of understanding around SkillBridge, the benefits. So to me, that's what's getting better in the process. Our next book, Planning for the Military Transition, provides some insights around SkillBridge as well to help you better plan for what's ahead.
And what's the best advice what's the best advice you have for service members in the transition? There's so much advice out there. What do you think the best advice is?
So the best advice, over the years, we have surveyed thousands of veterans, and we keep finding these five enduring themes of a successful transition. And those are starting early, having a transition plan, network, learning how to translate your skills, and then being patient. Our next book really rolls all those together and helps you, go left of launch and start thinking about the planning process. Um, Best advice is really to start that planning early. That's what this book is all about. When you think about your future career, we call it the big three. There's only three real options that you have. The first is you can go the educational path. And that helps you prepare for the next two. The next two are that you can be an employee for someone. And the third is that you can be an entrepreneur. So the big three all start with an E: the education path, education path, be an employee, and being an entrepreneur. We have exercises in our sixth book that help you understand what's ahead and get your hands around, what options and which of these is the best for you.
Okay. And what's the best way for folks to follow you, stay abreast of what you're doing, and just keep up with all the content you're generating?
All of our materials, our books, our interactive data dashboards are available on our website, military-transition.org/ebooks. If you're looking for the ebooks, again, there's five so far. The fifth on planning your military transition will be coming out just before Veterans Day of 2023.
Great. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.